Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is General Motors spokesman Dan Flores. Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Well, Fred, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Big day at GM, an announcement about what you're doing with your first all-electric assembly plant, and it's going to be in the Detroit area. Give us the overview, what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We announced some really exciting news this morning where we are going to invest $2.2 billion in our Detroit Hamtramck assembly plant to produce a variety of all-electric trucks and SUVs. And the first truck to roll off the DHAM assembly line will be a pickup with production scheduled to begin late next year, late in 2021. So kind of the future is here now, and we're excited about it. And, you know, we think this is GM taking a big step forward in making our vision of an all-electric future a reality. So, really excited about it. And, a lot of activity and a lot of excitement at Detroit Hamtramck between now and the end of next year when those new all-electric pickups start rolling off the assembly line.
Well, tell us, break down for us a bit the investment that you're making and what it's going to mean in terms of jobs.
Yep. So the $2.2 billion that is a direct investment in the plant, in the Detroit Hamtramck plant, will be used to completely renovate the plant's paint shop and the body shop, as well as the general assembly area. And when we say receive upgrades, that includes new machines, new conveyors, new controls, and new tooling. Basically, everything the employees need to build these new vehicles. From a manpower standpoint, when the plant is fully operational, we anticipate it's going to create about 2,200 good-paying U.S. manufacturing jobs. So the plant currently right now builds the Cadillac CT6, and that production will go through the end of this month, through the end of January. And then it'll continue on with the Chevrolet Impala into the end of February. But when the end of February comes around, the plant will be down, and we'll begin spending the $2.2 billion at the plant to prep it for this family of all new electric trucks and SUVs.
Will the assembly of those vehicles move to other locations, or how are you going to handle that?
No, so the Cadillac CT6 is going to be discontinued as well as the Impala. So when we come to the end of February, when Detroit Hamtramck builds out the Impala, that vehicle will be discontinued, and we announced that back in November of 2018. At that time, we announced the discontinuation of several car products because if you look at the reality, if you look at the marketplace over the last handful of years, customers have moved from cars into trucks and crossovers and SUVs, and we had to adjust our portfolio to bring it in line with what customers are buying. So and fast forward a year and a half from now, we had a plant, Detroit Hamtramck, that was unallocated a product, which basically meant it didn't have a future. But now it has a $2.2 billion investment, and we'll be building a variety of all-electric trucks. That'll begin late next year. So really exciting time. And what we're ultimately excited about, is our vision of an all-electric future is coming into clearer focus. And if you take the money we're going to invest in at the Detroit Hamtramck plant, when you combine that with the joint venture that we're creating with LG Chem to create a battery cell manufacturing operation in Lordstown, Ohio, we're investing tremendous amounts of money to create this all-electric future. And, again, the future is that once may have been in the distant future is certainly quite a bit closer now. And investments like the $2.2 billion investment in Detroit Hamtramck and the $2.3 billion investment in the Lordstown battery cell plant, it's tremendous amounts of money for where we see the future going. Again, we believe in an all-electric future. It's certainly not going to happen overnight, but we think one day we will have an all-electric future. And it's already started. The Chevrolet Bolt all-electric vehicles in the marketplace we had the Chevrolet Volt, the extended range electric vehicle. We had the Chevrolet Spark, an all electric vehicle. So, and our competitors are introducing more and more electric vehicles all the time. So the industry is moving this way. I'm sure we'll see other significant investments from other automakers because we believe in that all electric future, and that future has already begun. So very exciting times.
And you're also talking about building the self-driving cruise vehicle there. Tell us about that.
Yes. So as part of the announcement this morning, the Cruise Origin, which is a shared electric self-driving vehicle, it was revealed and unveiled last week by Cruise in San Francisco. Detroit Hamtramck is going to build that vehicle. So when Cruise Origin begins, goes into production, the employees at Detroit Hamtramck will build that product as well. Now, Cruise has not disclosed anything in terms of timing, other than it would follow after the first pickup that'll roll off the Detroit Hamtramck assembly line late next year, late in 2021. It'll be after that, but beyond that, Cruise has not providing any more color on when the Cruise Origin will go into production. But when it does, it'll be built at Detroit Hamtramck, and again, that product is certainly takes our vision of a world where there's zero crashes, zero emissions, zero congestion. That makes that reality even closer as well. So very exciting time at GM, and we're excited to push the future, and investments like the investment in Detroit Hamtramck and the one we made in Lordstown. It's getting us there.
Tell us what the roadmap is looking like. What percentage of GM's vehicles are likely to be all electric within, I don't know, what are you saying, 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, we're not providing a specific forecast on that. Clearly right now, and for the foreseeable future, vehicles, cars, trucks, and crossovers powered by the internal combustion engine are going to be around. But I think you're going to see the market share of electric vehicles slowly grow over time. So, we're not in the business to project numbers, but GM and I think a lot of other automakers are based on the vehicles that are being revealed and investments that are being made. There is an all electric future, and from a GM perspective, we certainly believe in an all electric future, and we're not just talking about it. We're creating that reality with investments like this. But the move to electrification, it's not going to happen overnight. Because there are still challenges with cost, there are still challenges with range, but as more automakers bring to market more electric vehicles, and as we engineer newer versions, we can bring the cost down. So in the not so distant future, the cost of an electric vehicle will probably be on parity with an internal combustion engine, but certainly don't want to predict that. But we're headed in a world that's moving that way, or we're in a world that's moving that way, and we're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're excited to be a part of this all electric future.
And I guess some of the advantages, obviously, the environment, depending on how the electricity is created, are there. But also, I guess it's a change in the business model for in the whole industry, with less maintenance needed, fewer parts and things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Without a doubt. And our CEO, Mary Barra, has mentioned this, quite frequently in the last year or so, is that we're going to see more change in the auto industry in the next 5 years than we will have seen in the last 50 years. So tremendous change going on. A lot of it's driven by technology. A lot of it's driven by need, because we believe global warming is real, and we're committed to being part of the solution. And, investments like this in a portfolio with more and more electric vehicles is part of the future that we're driving, that we are excited to lead. So, but yeah, a lot of change, which, change is scary sometimes, but change also provides tremendous opportunity. And, we're, from a GM perspective, we're trying to capitalize on the opportunity and show and prove that we are committed to an all-electric future.
And finally, with so much more technology going into these vehicles, in addition to just being electric vehicles, but all the sensors and whatnot,
Yep.
requires a lot of retraining for the employee, for the workforce?
Well, from an engineering perspective, there's more code in vehicles. We put more code in vehicles with all the active safety technologies and all the electronics in the vehicle, tremendous amount of code. So, our engineering needs certainly have changed. But, we're looking for more electrical engineers. We still need mechanical engineers because in the end, we still have to build whatever we engineer because, we are an engineering company that builds stuff. And, but, from a manufacturing standpoint, we have our what we call our global manufacturing system, and it's a comprehensive, disciplined way of building a product. So, certainly in an electric vehicle, an electric motor replaces the gasoline engine. A battery essentially replaces the gas tank. So, we will be assembling different components to create an electric vehicle, but still, that's where we think we offer tremendous value here with a future where there's a lot of technology. We're a manufacturer that has more than 100 years of experience, so we know how to build stuff and we know how to engineer stuff, and we think we're at the forefront of developing EV and AV technology. And we certainly can build it, because we have the expertise on, the millions and millions of products we've built over the last 100 years. So, we're excited to lead this, and excited for where things are going.
For more info, where's the best place for folks to go?
Yeah, you can check us out on the website at www.gm.com.
Dan Flores, thanks so much for taking the time with us.
Well, Fred, we appreciate your interest, and thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.